Okay. Good. Back in the green. It's reading 0 dropped frames now. Let's try this again. Play Deadfire. Why you do this game? Great big grand music. Okay. That's good. Okay. Stream is going. Still good on the frames. Now let's see where it saved at automagically. Where my last automagic save was. Okay, I need to go back inside and make sure that that got done. Okay, yes, I believe it did. Clearing out Crook Spur. Okay, Imperial Compound in the Brass Citadel. Good. That was certainly not ideal. I don't know what the hell happened. Now, this is where it messed up last time. Push through it, game. I know you can. There you go. Really? You want to do this? Let's do this. You people do not know whom you are attacking. Alright, so I've got Edwin, Constantine, Shoti, Emeni. Ooh, Berta's out and about with Seraphim. You guys are so screwed. I want to see what I can steal from this wizard. And then I'm going to bring in a bunch of sentient weapons to do some fighting for me. Let's have everybody in there go with AI. You. Which one? You are this one. So do that. You will shoot this one trying to heal. I'm gonna have you do a water crush spell.
You ask too much.
Obtains chaotic orb. Take them out.
Something I can do. Here we go.
You guys didn't stand much of a chance. Not a snowball's chance in hell.
I say.
Not a snowball's chance in hell. Okay. Exceptional stuff. I'll take it all and continue. Okay, so I've got all the repair supplies that I can take. So. Perfectly fine. Royal Deadfire Company. Holy crap. Look at all of the Royal Deadfire Company ships. Crooksburg Captain. Crooksburg is a sliver of land at your back when you see a fleet approaching. They are Rauataian warships, bristling with cannons and moving at high speed. They near you, and a familiar figure doffs his cap and raises his voice in greeting. Watcher, is that really you? Kanarua grins at you with unabashed delight, shouldering past the ship's bewildered captain to lean over the railing of the ship for a better look. Kana! I should have known I'd find you out here. Anywhere that's anywhere worth seeing, I know you'll turn up. And with my sister. Are you enjoying life as an adventurer, Maya? What would Mother say? Kana shakes his head. She'd say there isn't enough ocean between us yet. What are you doing here? Singing the troops to sleep? Maya grins, perches on the railing, and lets out a joyful squawk. Like baby lambs, armed and dangerous, smelly little lambs. Kana waves a hand at Ishizo, waggling his fingers. It's good to Kana. I sailed across the world to escape your babble. Maya points at him and lifts her bow in warning, or lifts her brow in warning. Only for you to be squashed by a giant foot? Absurd. That's not how the story goes. Kana folds his arms. Where have you been? What else? Chronicling everything that happens. They weren't keen on my coming here, but I made a fuss, and, well, who's going to tell the Emperor's favorite chanter he can't go off to war? Stick around long enough, and Rauatai will run out of parchery. Brevity, man. Maya chuckles into her hand. Won't the Lore College be surprised to hear your name again? Kana grins toothily. They'll call it contrived, but the truth is, sometimes life really is that strange. I have to go. Do take care of him, Maya. Remember, you're supposed to be the responsible one. Kana wags a finger. I'll keep him out of open water. Never you worry, you great big coward. Maya grins across at Kana. The captain finally managed to push his way to the railing and bows stiffly at the waist. Clear skies, Dino Thunderlong, and well done. We'll see to the port's defenses. The Rauataian soldiers gathered on the dock wear heavy brigandine and blades that glint and flash at their sides. They look ready for anything. Who are you? We're the Rakwapa. We serve as the Ranganui's most skilled warriors. The troops behind him cross their arms in unison. Kana follows suit a few seconds later, grimacing sheepishly. Atsura didn't mention any Rauataian ship. Presumed to know Atsura Nui's business. My orders are to secure the port against pirates and slavers. The captain of the lead vessel bows as his ship draws up alongside yours. Clear skies, Dino Thunderlong, and well done. We'll see to the port's defenses. Wait. I'll let them know of it. Which probably means that I'm not going to be seeing any more Crookspur ships. on the sea, which I'm perfectly freaking fine with. Perfectly fine indeed. Kind of cool to just randomly see Kana, though. He was one of the people from the last game that I really enjoyed and was wondering what happened to him. And my chat has turned itself off again. The hell are you doing, phone? Give me a second. I'm gonna see if my settings on my phone have randomly switched themselves again. Display. Rotate my color on the screen. Timeout. Well, that's not good. I can't set it for more than 30 minutes. I may have to look into seeing if I can cast the chat from my phone to my TV and see if that keeps it from turning itself off. We'll turn on it from some battery usage. Nope. I need to go back and talk to Atsura again, don't I? It's a lower command. A crowd congests the tunnel ahead of you. A confusing network of tunnels and kith-hewn a network of natural and kith-hewn tunnels run between the Brass Citadel and the Gullet. Most of the larger thoroughfares are well-traveled and familiar, but the narrower branches that spread from them are a confusing muddle of twisting halls and dead ends. A tunnel along your path has collapsed, a giant rock its new immovable door. Laborers mill about it, but there seems little actual labor occurring. You might be able to find another way through the city, but the detour could take hours. Let's speak to the workers. The Roparu mutter among themselves, but grow quiet and avert their gazes at your approach. The Kuaru foreman glances up from a slat of palm and raises a hand. Greetings, noble watcher. We work to fix this tunnel, but for now, the way is closed. He bows his head. The servants of Nikitaka always apologize for any difficulty or delay. What happened? One of the Raparo shakes his head. Surely you felt it. Akira, a great dragon went and flew over the island. It shook the whole city. The Kuaru frowns at the speaker and waves the Amawa off. You go be quiet. He returns his attention to you. They know better than to blunt their teeth at their betters. The servants of Nikitaka always apologize for any inhospitality or offense. I think I can help. The Kuaru's eyes widen. But Watcher, the city gives us this task. We stay working. You need not lift your fingers. Just so, Captain, we should not dirty our beautiful hands doing a laborer's job for them. Takehu tips his head as you usher him. Let's send someone to push the slab out of the path. I should have someone mighty in my group. Adair has a 16. Adair organizes the work but accepts the brunt of the heavy lifting. Soon the massive stone growls over the smaller rocks beneath it, powdering each one with a satisfying crunch. The tunnel entrance howls softly as the wind begins to carry through it once more. One of the workers cheers, but the foreman slaps him upside the head. Ooh, 15. He barely had enough. Eloth sighs through his nose. 1 hour passed. A musty wind whistles across your face, a seaborne stench on its breath, bearing a bleating clamor from the darkness, a cacophony of mindless chittering and chirping. For a moment, you think you hear someone snapping their fingers. The shadows before you split and twist erratically, congregating and dissolving again before resolving into a bedlam of leathery wings. Dark home is new home, tears a shrill voice before you, a screech from the many imps crowding the tunnel. Leave! They flock forward, hideous cave bats fleeing before them, and towards you. The Huana scatter in terror, leaving you to the beasts. That's fine, I'll put down some imps. I ain't a scared of them. I ain't a scared. Scared. Alright, let's see if I can leave that there and maybe keep the damn chat up this time. I'm just gonna charge you straight into the middle. And you're gonna start shooting imps. You can also do your fair share of shooting some imps. I want you to do that. I want you to do this. You two can do that.
That's it.
You go that way. Let's bring out this.
Have my attention.
And let's bring out that.
Mm-hmm.
Very nicely done.
Sure.
Imps and cave bats, what will I fight next?
Be right there.
Oh, what will I fight off next? Alright, let's go back to the Imperial Command. Lower.
My cousin at Sayuka said her work's finally continuing. Won't say what it is.
You haven't figured it out. I thought it was obvious.
You tell me if you're so smart.
I can't. It's a big secret.
Uh-huh. Someone's afraid of being wrong.
At Sayuka.
Clear skies.
The slavers are gone from Crookspur.
Justice at last. We've done a good thing. You've done a good thing.
He clasps you by the shoulders and tries out a warm smile. It almost looks real.
Please accept this on behalf of the Hazanui and myself. You've been invaluable to us.
He watches your expression as he presents your payment, deciding what to say.
Karoo is currently monitoring matters in Sayuka. But I'm certain she'll call on you when she has need of you.
Not so fast. I passed a fleet of Rawatayan ships headed into Crooksburg. His careful expression falters, his eyes bulging and mouth slack. The slip only lasts a moment, but it's like seeing a curtain ripple before a gutted and scorched room. He chuckles weakly as he recovers.
Forgive me. I meant no slight to you, but I was not expecting them so soon. I'm sorry I could not tell you about them, but Karoo is most protective of her ships, and Nekataka rides with loose tongues.
He's collected himself, but he eyes you warily. What are your ships doing in Crookspur? He fidgets and squirms, looking as though you're about to pull one of his teeth. At last he sighs and spreads his hands.
The Rukapa are our finest warriors, on land or at sea. We had to secure Crookspur against further attacks from the slavers. Or pirates.
He gives you a measured look.
The Principi continue to bicker amongst themselves. And a restless beast is a dangerous one. We must be ready.
It wouldn't look good for you if the rest of the archipelago knew you were moving warships around. That sounds more like a threat. Let's go with funny. You didn't mention them before. He brushes this off with a wave of his hand, but his smile looks strained.
These days, Deadfire is like an old Valian wedding feast. Everyone is obsessed with relative position and quick to take offense. I sent you precisely to avoid the kind of uproar that would arise. Now, what else can I do for you?
After all this time, I still don't understand who you are or what you believe in. He watches you with that blank but thoughtful stare you've come to recognize. In the tiny movements of his eyes, you can see him sizing you up, deciding how much to tell you. At last, he smiles faintly.
Who we are. What does this even mean? Why the search for permanence in a transient existence? One day, our bodies will perish and our souls will return to the wheel. Every word we've ever spoken, everything we've ever known will be forgotten with us.
His expression is one of distant amusement, as though these notions are no more troubling than the far-off clamor of crowds.
But this will remain.
He spreads his hands, surveying the solid, precise stonework around him.
Prolonging the soul is a fool's errand. Clinging to a grand past is vanity. I want to take part in building something that will last beyond me. That is true immortality.
He smiles, calm satisfaction narrowing the corners of his eyes. You are an amoral, unprincipled lunatic. Be careful. You don't know what future generations will make of your legacy. He cocks his head thoughtfully.
Perhaps not. I can only hope our legacy will stand as long as the Engwithans. The key is to build well. But you and I have much to do, and little time to discuss philosophy.
Oh, hey. Almost everybody just leveled up. Let's do some leveling. Definitely taking athletics for stronger second wind. And we'll take We'll take survival. Yay, new level. I can choose 2. Let's see. 10% of incoming crits converted to hits. 10% chance to gain an extra discipline when critically hit. And max empower points. I never use the empower points. Just don't see the point of them. After being knocked out, the fighter stands back up with a portion of their health restored and temporary bonuses to all defenses and armor ratings. When the fighter dies, he or she regains discipline. Inspired discipline. Channel your strength into a state of pure focused discipline, granting all first-tier inspirations. What? All first-tier inspirations. That's... that's freaking crazy. Okay, yeah, that's clear out. Now push back all enemies in a line. Now hits all enemies around them with the attack. I mean, yes, you're constantly in the middle of everything, so I'll definitely do that for you. And I can take another one, too. Stunned and staggered, but it's only a 6-second one. Concentration raises will defense. While wielding a single one-handed weapon, some of the attacker's hits are converted to crits. Weapons. I never change weapon slots with this guy. Specialized training increases the character's action speed by using a weapon in each hand now. Fighter gains bonus defense against intellect, perception, and constitution afflictions. Yes, I think that's what I'm going to take. Extra affliction defense. That way it's harder to hit him with a grand variety of things. Alright, so sword, club, saber. Flail? Warhammer? Lowering reflex on hit. Strike with heavy, piercing attacks, gaining additional penetration at the cost of recovery time. Master force damaging the target's armor. That's not bad. Brutal swings to dig deeper into the target. The attacks are slower but cause bleeding wounds on hit. Yeah, I'll go with hammer. And then me. Give me all the mechanics and stack on some more metaphysics. I get 2. So... what Raunaka found down the deep. The foul thing gave one final gasp. Swamp spores, and if the spore is killed, it releases a noxious gas, sickening all nearby until combat ends. That's not super great. %50 healing done. Receive more health from healing effects. That's nice. With all your strength, slay the beast. Accuracy against beasts, but that's only against beasts. And that's in power points. The dragon thrashed, the dragon wailed. Fiery talons causing burn or slash to enemies in the area of effect. Oh, it's random. I think I'm going to take that. Yeah, and I'll empower that summon. Why not? Alright, so you've got Warbow. I think I'm going to give you Hunting Bow just in case so that you can use the other type as well. Rapid draw and fire of arrows at the cost of accuracy. Alright, let's check to Kehu. Yeah, I'll go Arcana. I don't need metaphysics on you. You are a godlike, though, so I think religion would be appropriate. Yeah, I think religion would be appropriate. Wall of Frost. Area of effect 20 wall. Generates a fearsome vertical sheet of ice, inflicting frost damage on anyone moving through it. Avenging Storm. The druid becomes a conduit for the power of a storm. Any target they strike with a weapon or who strikes them with a weapon is attacked by a bolt of lightning. Entropy. Tears at the target's defenses. Shifting attack results against the target. Shifting attack results against the target from hits to critical hits. Okay. After receiving a certain number of strikes, the effect will fade. 100% of incoming hits converted to crits. Wow. That's super strong. Regenerate, revive with 50 health. Okay, so that revives a fallen ally. I definitely want that. Fire Stag. Ooh, that's a summon. The druid coalesces tiny nature spirits into the form of a great stag made of flame. The stag has a persistent flame shield, and the spirits inside can be made to disperse violently, destroying the stag but doing fire or pierce damage to anyone caught in the blast. That's Frenzy. I don't transform into the shark ever, so I think I'm gonna go with Entropy for big single target fights, like when I'm fighting bosses or whatnot. I can cast Entropy on them. That seems super helpful. Sure, have wands too, why not? And then Eloth. Arcana, yes. And history. Stackety, stackety. Rinny Tin Tin. Major Grimoire imprint. Cadabald's Black Bow. Temporal Cocoon. Minnaletta's Piercing Sigil? Oh, decent damage. Invokes a sigil of the famed Vailian wizard Minnaletta. When he or she is struck in melee, the sigil retaliates with pierce damage, pushing the target back and leaving them stunned. Kalikoth's Freezing Rake and a wall of many colors. 0 penetration. Okay. Fire, corrode, electricity, and raw. Paralyzed, petrified, dominated, or just paralyzed. Damage and afflictions on all those passing through it. Interesting. I don't really use walls, though. I do like Cadabald's Black Bow. This thing is pretty dang decent. Weapon accuracy, damage, and penetration increase with wielder's level. Great Soul. Creature summon, weapon summon. Temporal Cocoon. Paralyzed for 15 seconds. Seems like a rather high-level spell slot to use for a paltry 15-second paralysis. Kalikoth's Freezing Rake. Oof. Weakened and hobbled. That's a very decent amount of cold damage. Very decent. So I think I'm going to take that. And I can't help myself. I have to go for the Black Bow. Thing is just too nice not to take. Sure. Have a dagger proficiency.
Hey there.
All right. I need to visit a shop. Sell off a lot of the... I got a lot of duplicate stuff here to get rid of. Yeah, I'm sitting on a lot of money.
Leave it to me.
Okay, what next? I just talked to Atsura about the dead Crooksburg slavers.
Clear skies.
Atsura. The slavers are gone. So what?
Clear skies.
You seem different from the rest of the Royal Deadfire Company.
How do you mean that?
Come on, you know exactly what I mean. He lowers his head, watching you all the while.
Are you making advances at me?
No.
It's for the best. This would be a most inconvenient time to begin an attachment.
I don't like you enough to make an advance at you, dude. I barely like you enough to talk to you. Okay, well, I'm going to assume, unless something else happens, that this quest is bugged and for some reason it's complete and just not coming off the quest log. I don't know. Yeah, no. Don't need to talk to anybody. It's just weird. Furante. Oof. Southwestern tip of the Kuaurikuhu. Okay, so that was just 16, right? Yeah, that's just 16. You're very close, so I'm not super worried. I know you're going to go up soon. I guess it's time to head over toward... Choose for shelter in days of Ukaizo. Motario Kozi. In the Kuaorikuhu Island chains. Let's go get some of these bounties and stuff around Kuaorikuhu done. Kuaorikuhu.
I noticed the Juana got a lot of statues of Andra.
Akira, Mother Ngati is much beloved.
That doesn't bother you?
Should it? What say?
Well, if everybody in my village had a naked statue of my mama, I'd be knocking on doors and making threats.
Completely different, I see where you're going there, but that's a completely different relationship. Oh boy, a naked statue of my mama. Oh. Just too good, Adair. Just too good. Poko Kahara. Flamewalker. Motario Kozi. National. Ryokoiki. Have I not found Kuaorikuhu? Poko Kohara. Oh. But it's... Yeah, there it is. Kuaorikuhu is written right across the map here. Grab some water, grab some food. Get back to my ship. Wait, Radulf? I do have a bounty for Radulf. Need you. 16 versus level 9 gold packed knight paladin. Oh, this is gonna be a fair slaughter. Guys, we've got Aled, we have Eld Ingram, Constantin, Shoti, Edwin, and Seraphim. Okay, is there anything here of note? There's a paladin up there. Cypher. There's another paladin. Another paladin. A priest. Ooh. Alright, let's have you charge into there. You are gonna go after him.
Hey.
You switch to melee and take him on while you shoot that guy. I'll strike down your eyes and give us a little bit of a helper here. And he is blinded. Beastly good. Lava to be on seek. Nothing particularly terrifying about that guy, honestly. Purge of toxins. Let's do that. I'll cast this at you.
Every day makes no difference.
They're dropping like flies. Gold-packed flies. Yeah, you guys can assist that one. You just attack. Okay. Switch back to ranged and shoot that. You also, and you two should shoot that. I'll turn on your AI. I believe that was the last one. Okay, so I have some fine plate helms. Lots of Vylian Trade Company colors. Ooh, a Vylian Hullbreaker. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. That's just a random ship. What is this? Onadir the Temptress? Onodera the Siren, okay. That is one of my bounties. Let's see what we got. I have a chat that keeps turning itself off, and I hate it. Okay.
Never know I'm here.
I got it.
Good, good, good. Wraiths. That's the siren, a couple of earth blights.
Hey.
Go. Do it!
Look there.
You're not stunned anymore. Okay, yeah, you're not stunned anymore. Alright, move you into there along with you. Move you here. I'll put you there and you there. And he got charmed. Wonder what charmed him. Oh, the Temptress herself charmed him. Immune. Okay, slashing, piercing, and it's immune to slashing but not piercing, so it should be fine.
I'll teach you a lesson.
You also go there, and you assist. I'll have you cast this across the whole group. While you do this. Okay. Substantial phantom. Delayed fireball? Ooh, that would... Oh, hey. Adair is no longer... Excellent. Excellent. Where is Ishiza? Is there. Okay, you can stay there. Immune to cold damage. And great resistance to fire. So... yeah, I'll do this. And I'll do... summon. Venom Bloom? Sure.
At your service.
There's a better way to handle this.
Insides burn.
Okay, that's done. And I want you to do that. While you do that. Maya, where's Ishiza? Right there. Okay, you guys attack on the Dere directly.
Let's wash that down with an antidote. Right here. Absolutely.
Let's go. You... Major Grimoire Imprint. Inflicting raw damage on anyone in the lair area and living and weakened. Yeah, see, that's not... No, no, no. 80. Ooh, let's expose vulnerability. And I'll use this.
Good.
There's no need for that.
Still got it.
That's not what I
Good.
was expecting.
Speak your mind.
Humility? 10% chance to resist slashing damage and an additional 2 armor rating. This frayed robe is the cassock of a discarded priest, brought low for his pride. Now it resembles a beggar's garment. The torn sackcloth is suffused with layers of dirt and sweat. The thin material offers little respite from elements. The vestment once carried a blessing, however, and some of the divine power remains. Interesting.
You have my attention. Next time, a challenge.
Next time, huh? It isn't always easy to judge who fought or why, but what belongings the dead leave behind is a legacy that anyone can claim. The site of a recent battle spreads before you. The bodies of the routed force still lie where they fell, though most have been picked clean by scavenging beasts. Nothing of value. Nothing of value. Cache of undetonated explosives. Ooh, cinder bombs. Brigandine. Cloak of the Theocrat? Intellect and resolve. Huh. Okay, that's done. Okay, I'll take water and fruit. Motario Cozy. Bikarna's Observatory. Some cannon shot. An abandoned camp, it looked like. Come on, Beadil, you're supervising with an injury. Not like you're actually not like I'm making you hammer nails or something with a broken arm. Come on, dude. Stop being a bitch. Okay, Bikarna's Observatory. The Circle of Archmagi believes that Aethys could do unprecedented harm to the Deadfire. Research notes from the wizard Bekarna could prove useful in mitigating the damage. Arkhamir dispatched me to her observatory, but the Circle is not the only group with an interest in Bekarna's findings. Okay, well, let's see who else I find here. Scroll of Pull of Aora into solution.
I'll see what I can find.
I'm listening.
You're in a library and you can't find the right book. Look harder at the words, not just the pictures.
Give me the order.
Okay. Torn Bannerman. Oh, Torn Bannerman. I remember these bastards from Console Hot Spliffs. Carset. Do that if you would be so kind. I'll do this there. You move over to here. You two go after the Myrmidon. While I shoot at Parset. Let's do that. And that. Lesser lay on hands. Greater energy slowing the wheels recover but hitting enemies around the target. Interesting. Let's do this, shall we? And that. Come on now.
I'll get the next.
This is futile!
Just end him, please. I would like you to heal yon pet.
Can't afford to lose another.
Ugh, she did not heal her pet in time. She does not have the res, does she? Fine, shoot the dog. You, I will cast this on. And this there.
That's not very helpful.
Feel free to do whatever you like. You keep shooting the dog. You help get rid of this dog,
I'll
please.
teach you a lesson.
Get out there, Eloth. Go, go, go.
Hey, whose side are you on?
You. What do you mean, hey, whose side are you on? Anyway, shoot. Attack. Oh! Mimrico. You guys go after this one. You please heal.
This does not work.
You back out of there. I want you to go do that. This is not becoming the greatest of things. Let's intercept with you. Ishiza and Maya go up there. You do that. Come on, do it. Aloth. Torrent of flame on everyone nearby. Can I move, Maya? Ow.
Anyhow, you only missed one.
Second wind yourself, Maya.
Indeed.
Let's do this. Maya. What happened to your second wind, woman? Drink. Cast. What are you doing? Oh, you're doing the area spell. You switch.
Holding my guts in here, Captain.
Do it. Gon's pledge.
Ashiza, strength.
I'm going to dimensional shift you. Where are you at? Oh, yeah, that's a bad spot. I'll dimensional shift you with her. And you are going to cast the best heal that you currently have left that's not a res, which would be, I guess, this one for both a heal and defense boost.
This I cannot do.
Excuse you?
I'm feeling the strength.
You to there. Good, good, good. Now, cast freeze on anyone caught in the cone of effect. Oh, good, good. This apparently only affects enemies, so that's fairly perfect. So do it. I want you to bring in some of these.
This does not work.
What does it not work on? Did you just miss? Takehu. Garden of Life, Blast of Frost. Interrupted the Aeton but was negated by concentration. Okay. Well, they both just burned through their concentration, so that's good. Adair, do this. You do that. And I want you to do this again. Oh no, that was me going down. I suppose I could do that. Wouldn't be a bad idea. I would very much like to hit everybody in here with this. I doubt it'll get it off, but I'm gonna try. Where are you? Oh god, you're buried in the middle here. Torn Bannerman Myrmidon. That Aoten's almost dead, so's that one.
Ishi. Where's Ishi?
You have already used that. Wounding strike, I guess? Why not? And I'm gonna use this across the group, like so.
Where's Ishi?
This is futile!
Looks like I'm...
Looks like you're what? Look harder at the words, not just the pictures. Oh, that doesn't... Well, that's unfortunate. I wish that they gave you written text for that, too. Rapid regeneration effect on party members.
Stay.
The pleasure is mine.
Let's do that. I doubt I'll get it off in time, but I'm gonna try.
Where's it?
Oh, I did get it off in time. But you are paralyzed, so you're gonna get hit here, and that's gonna hurt. Like, holy crap, is that gonna hurt. Oh, you didn't hit her. It's interesting. So try to get that off on him. Let's do that. Caster is bloodied or lower. Immediately knocks all nearby enemies back and prone while getting armor and defense. Okay, I'll turn on that contingency. We'll see how it goes. Okay, you second wind yourself.
Just like that. Guess we'll be hitting the water.
My pleasure. That must have...
Where's he?
You should probably dive suicide disc games and oh, do it. Can you get out of there in time?
Not exactly what I was going for.
Nope, you didn't. That was weird, but okay. I guess when that happens, that happens. Mimrico. You were both knocked down. That's not the greatest of things.
Oh, good.
Okay, good. Chill fog, I guess? You go with Ningoth death ray.
Got to keep the light.
Can't afford to lose
Nope,
another.
he's done. Ooh. Yeah, I think I need to restart that fight. That fight is not going my way.
I can be quiet if you can.
All right. We're in a library and you can't find the right book. Look harder at the words, not just the pictures. Let's do this again. Now, do it.
Me too.
Here we go.
All right. Ivory worm or jade tiger. Let's go with jade tiger. Grab some reinforcements for the fight ahead. I'm gonna bring out that up to there. You conjure a substantial phantom. And I'll have you. You don't have a summoning figurine, do you? Takedown combo, deadly surprise. Yoshiza and Maya, you two move up silently. Okay, you go up there, you shoot up there. You... I'm gonna bring in a whole bunch of sentient weapons right there. You move and attack at your will. I want you to move up and do the corroded bronze figurine there.
Me too.
You all, you get out of there. You all turn on your full AI and move. Okay, let's do that.
Yes?
I am going to cast... Don't want to waste delayed blast fireball there just yet. Just do that. You move up and attack him.
Done.
Can't get a clean hit.
That's it. That's how it's gonna go.
Yay, dog's dead. Okay, weapons are gone. It looks like the tiger's already gone. So... let's go with the ivory worm figurine. What's the range on that? Stop it. doesn't have an aura. Okay, we'll just bring it in there then. You shoot at this man.
You need something.
You attack. You attack.
Makes no difference.
Thank you for finally dying. All of you guys shoot at him. Okay, you both move up to there, with all of you guys assisting. Oh shit. You actually do it this time. Do it. Do it. Thank you. Take that out, please. Ishiza. I want you... Deadly Surprise. And you withdraw.
Can't afford to lose. It makes no difference.
Nope. Shit. I really need to get the pet revive on her. That might be what I take her next level up, actually. Alright, let's work on the Etten. And you are going to bring in some drakes.
Right between the eyes.
Hey, leave it to me.
Relax. This does not work.
That is not what I wanted to click. I wanted this one. You shoot. She is suffering from bonded grief. Minus 10 accuracy. You... I need to do that.
I'll teach you a lesson. Me too. That must hurt.
Okay, you two. Full AI attack pattern, please. I want you to do... to enemies it touches. Okay. Precisely piercing burst to any enemies in the vicinity. Okay. I'll pull out that for reinforcements. You should be shooting. I'll have you shoot at that Etten. And I want you to put this right there.
That's how it's done.
That full AI, please. Okay, you shoot. You shoot.
There's how I'll be. It makes no difference.
Suck it, Etten.
I'll teach you a lesson.
Now, everybody attack this guy. Your ass was not long for that fight by that point. Alright, that was a much better... Ooh, concussion bomb.
Naturally.
Okay, is there anything noteworthy? Ring of minor protection? Meh. Here... Amulet of Greater Health. Okay.
Still as a pond.
Now
Speak freely. Not a problem, Captain.
Ooh, Cleansing Flame. That's a Water Frost spell. Ooh, and it jumps targets. You
Speak
have
your
this
mind.
spell, don't you? No. No, you don't. I thought you did. Wall of Thorns. Boiling Spray. That's Blizzard. No, you don't.
No need to ask twice.
That's fine.
I heard you.
You are not who I wanted to take. Oh wait, there was a book there. What was the book? Primal Water. Doody doody doo doody 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 doo doo. I don't think that was a grimoire. What was the book? I screwed up and did not see it to read it right off the bat. Archimede's Notes. Cult of the Sanguine Harvest. I don't think that was it. Yeah, I have no idea what the book was. And this game doesn't list all the items you picked up. Unfortunate. No idea what I grabbed there.
Still as a pond.
Oh well. Walk up this way, make sure there's nothing hidden in the books. Because if there was any place that they should have things hidden, it would probably be in here. What is this?
I got this.
Give me a
I'll
real
have
challenge.
you look at that. Enchanted diorama shows a different island than the one you landed on. A minuscule figure paces atop the stone tower. Huh. Interesting.
You were saying? I heard you.
Whoa. Look.
What do you need?
Okay. Let's do that.
Hey.
See if anybody comes to his defense.
Yeah.
Show him how it's done.
Can't get a clean hit.
It's not looking like that's gonna happen.
Too slow.
He's aware and defeat. Holy crap! Yeah,
Might as well be hitting the water.
time to do that. Let's cut through some of that defense. My goodness.
Yes?
That man was very defensive. Very defensive.
I can be quiet if you can.
I shall.
Shall you now? Okay, that looks like it's up to the orrery, whatever an orrery is. And I'm going to see what is upstairs, because I'm sure there are more torn battermen up here somewhere.
Wait.
Ooh, dog.
Look there.
Show him how it's done. Leave it to me. Of course.
You go, Ishida. Tear his throat out with talon or beak. Doesn't matter which to me. As long as that man becomes throatless. Ooh.
Nice and quiet.
Is she?
Scroll of chain lightning. Some palm slats.
You were saying? You were saying?
Tiny plaque reads, Horizon, shipwrecked under the command of Captain Rakua on her final voyage for Lost Ukaizo.
What? We here.
Okay, scroll of ray of fire. Ooh, emerald and sapphire. Yes, please. Oh, I was just down there and didn't even realize that was. You know what? Let's go back and grab that real quick. The Huntress. This volume records the text of a Juana constellation legend. One passage has been underlined. Donning her bandolier, the Huntress set out from her village. She paused on a hill to survey the path ahead. Queen only causes missive. Artillerist's manual. Yeah, whatever the other book that I found earlier was, it's not a quest item.
I'm just say the word. Still as a captain. Your orders?
On the provenance and ruination of Nikitaka's old city. Excerpt from a lecture given before the annual convention of the Academy of Architectural Historians of Adir. I mean, this doesn't... I'm going to assume that this isn't super important and just not read it because it's a lecture and that sounds boring. Daily affirmations of focus and efficiency. The Kingfisher. Text of Juana constellation legend. One passage has been underlined. When fog thickened over the path, the Huntress let out a piercing whistle and called for the Kingfisher, who hovered between her eyes and whispered of what lay ahead. Okay. The Darren dialects. Queen that was and still is. Wodica, yeah. A reagent. Diary of an Unnamed Pirate. The Fisher Queen. Yeah, I'm not reading all that either.
What did you find, Ishi?
Battle-worn grimoire. Chill fog, slick, and kind of cosmic. Innolators, concussive missiles. Nothing super. I mean, I do like both of those, but I don't think I will be using that. The Leviathan. This volume records the text of a Juana constellation legend. One passage has been underlined. The Huntress leaped from her boat in time to see it splintered in half as the Leviathan brought down its mighty tail.
Your orders? No, you were saying?
Scroll of Winter Wind and an Eothasian prayer.
You were saying?
Alright, so I think that is everything there. An inscription in the grimoire reads, Kalikoth's petrifying ink. Yeah, I don't think I should mess with that.
What did you...
Aha! Shroud of the Phantasm. Grants living illusions. Summon duplicate. Several illusions. Very little health, but will fight on your behalf and distract enemies. 1% chance to gain the Brilliant Inspiration when receiving damage. Mystical Celerity. Action speed with spells. Nice. The fabric of this cloak appears to be stitched with some manner of mystical pattern, but the pattern changes with the movement of the garment, confusing the eye into seeing what isn't there. Students of Whale have quietly experimented with illusions, ever fascinated with theories that the world around them is a deception, a dream, or both. One year, an entire class of ambitious apprentices organized around the idea, forming a secretive coterie of existential skeptics. They donned cloaks like these to recognize one another outside of their covert meetings. A dozen such cloaks were later found abandoned among the library stacks of tomes. The fate of the bearers and their research is unknown, but the cloaks have circulated ever since as arcane curiosities. Let's see. Deflection. Wind-blooded or mere death may be used to dash to safety, breaking engagement and expertly avoiding the next attack. Plus 10 deflection against disengagement. Intellect and resolve. Chance to gain the Brilliant Inspiration. I think I will do that.
Does it bring out the color of my eye?
On him. Picarna's office, the diorama, Grand Archives. Okay, well, there doesn't seem to be anything else up here, so to the next floor we go. toss down a quick save. And away we go. Around and away we go.
A marvel. I could spend days studying this. I don't suppose that's the plan.
Heh. Unless you would like to stay here while we continue traveling. Not likely. Console hot. I thought I killed you. Evelyn Taug. Oh, man. I have to fight this lichy bitch again? Oh, but he was such a pain in the ass in the last game. Alright, I'm gonna save again. I know I just did, but damn it. A skeletal figure clutches a scroll in both of his gnarled hands. His skin crinkles like old parchment, and with every movement pulls to the point of nearly tearing. He glances up, his eyes burning and severe in their intensity.
No. No! I watched you die, crushed under that castle! Your monument to hubris.
What little remains of his lips pulls back to reveal long, gumless teeth in a perpetual grimace.
Hey, it's our little skull. We thought we'd lost you.
You've grown so much.
So much. The whole body now.
I forget you did get Console Hot Skull after you beat him last time.
Silence! I've suffered several lifetimes worth of your inane babble already.
Console Hot bares his teeth at Adair.
Again you interrupt my plans, and again I am forced to compensate.
He closes his fist around the scroll and shoves it away. There's a skull-shaped abscess in my pack that not just any lich can fill. I could have sworn I watched you die as well, but here we stand.
Whatever luck or intervention wrested you away from the beyond, I'll venture that it has limits.
His eyes narrow as he studies you.
My days of bouncing in your shadow or being jostled amongst spears and daggers are over. This is the end of our sordid companionship.
Let's not fight. We just want our little skull back. The rest you can keep.
You will keep your hands away from me, cur.
We will see.
Whatever beginner's luck won you the day at Cragholt has expired. Fate brought us here to correct its error.
Arrogant as always.
One such offense was inexcusable. Your very presence, an abomination.
Rather cocky for a man with no skin.
Then I'll borrow some of yours. Describe a spell that shrinks ears.
He grimaces at Eloth. Speaking of abominations, didn't I kill you?
Few things delight me more than slamming the prophet door on the usher's hand.
His rictus grin splits wider still.
If the Circle sent you to interrupt my research, I'll fashion a scarecrow of your remains to deter their next hapless victim.
The Torn Bannermen laid siege to Cragholt before. Why are they working for you now?
I'm sure that pig-headed Commander Bailerin is having a chuckle over the irony from whichever spoke of the great wheel he calls home. The Bannermen are loyal to a full purse, and my investments have paid off over several lifetimes.
He folds his bony arms and scowls at you. Arkemir sent me. I suppose we're after the same thing.
All a matter of perspective. The same thing, perhaps. But the Circle wants only knowledge. I desire the power it represents. They are fools to delude themselves into thinking they want otherwise.
He snorts, issuing a dry rattle as something in him snaps loose and tumbles in the lifeless barrel of his sinus cavity. Eesh. How did you end up in the Deadfire?
I had planned on taking vengeance by leveling your castle, but that sea-striding Ardra buffoon stole the opportunity out from under me. From there, it was the trivial work of dragging myself across the Deerwood toward a dock. One mouthful of soil at a time.
He rubs his jaw and winces.
Then I arrived in the Deadfire as any simpleton would, by boat.
What's your interest in this observatory?
That arcane upstart Bekana might not have been as unhinged as we once assumed. The Circle discounted her theories about a deep well of power in the Deadfire. All that changed when I felt its pulse.
He closes his fingers as if to capture something ephemeral from the air.
Your presence tells me that the Circle has felt it too.
I'm not looking for a fight, but I won't hesitate to defend myself.
Do you plague everyone you cross with an accounting of your desires and priorities? I have no stomach for it.
It'll grow back. Give it time.
I love a dare.
Rather than waste any more of our precious hours on inane chatter, let us bring this sorry meeting to a close.
Grimacing, Consul Hot raises his bony fingers and mutters an incantation under his breath. Oh boy. Here we go. Alright, let's you and you focus on that guy. I'm gonna do this upon him. You come up. Oh no, you take that out. That needs to go away right now.
That wasn't.
Bring that up and put it right there. Immune to slashing and piercing. So, slashing and piercing. Crushing and slashing. Piercing. Alright, so you take that out. Ishiza is fleeing. Oh, there's a sigil of atrophy here and I can't seem to damage it. I don't think that's... I need blunt damage. Let's cast that. You... let's cast this. You... Well, I guess if I used this, I could sick them on it. But I'm gonna have to get back up enough. Okay, you go after Console Hops. I'm gonna cast that. I'm gonna... God, do I have... That's crushing damage. Let's use this. Crap. Do I have any more crushing? That's corrosive. Ishiza, let's have you cast again. You do that.
I need some help here.
Yes, yes you do. You... No, you cannot cast that close enough. So let's do this. Ah. Burning. Okay, Deadly Surprise. He got it off. Good, good, good. Damn it. You do that. You cast this on him. You... Okay, so you have incredible resistance to all elemental damage, which is not surprising. What do I have that's not necessarily that sort of... What? Oh. Come on now, Maya. The heck? Unbreakable, sure. I'm not sure why that's not going anywhere. Curse of Atrophy, that's why. Ugh. Let's do this for crushing damage. Let's do... Inagos Death Ray, okay.
I'll teach you a lesson.
See that, Ishi?
Minor blights. I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna do this.
Curses.
That's not super great. No, it is not. Let's cast this across there. Hopefully he'll stay still. What the hell? I could not get him to heal. I cast like 3 healing spells on him and it would do nothing. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna move you into here. That's corrosive. I'm gonna do that. You shoot him. You continue to pelt him.
Right between the eyes.
You do it again. Do it again. You do that. Takehu. Put that down. You and Ishiza both. Now, you infernal lich. Good God. Effort. Great sword, two-handed. Exceptional quality. Lacerating hits with this weapon cause an additional 10% damage as raw, so it causes a bleed. And it grants determined demise. Effort purges fear of imminent death from the wielder, grants immunity to resolve afflictions when near death. Okay, that's interesting. Exceptional plate. I like the way it looks. And of course I have console hot. Oh, it's a pet! The skull floats through some mysterious power of its own, chattering its teeth and rolling its burning eyes. You detect Console Hot's energy and essence still bound to it. So I get plus 5% corrode damage and plus 1 to all Console Hot's spell power levels. Visage of Console Hot. Summons a ghostly visage of Console Hot. Huh. 5 raw damage per 3 seconds for 30 seconds. Interesting. Ooh. The Iron Clasped Grimoire. Console Hot's draining missiles? Those raw damage attacks their fortitude and grants drained health to the caster. What? I think I'm gonna use this. Pretty awesome. Girdle of Eton Constitution. 3 Constitution, that's potent. Boots of Stability. Okay, that's interesting. And a Boots of Speed. The Panther. This volume records the text of a Juana constellation legend. One passage has been underlined. Reaching for her quiver and finding it empty, the huntress cast her bow to the ground and resolved to fight the panther barehanded.
I got this. I got this.
Aha, there's the Maya level I was looking for. Mohora meat? 3 might. Whale meat. Okay, so Mohora is a whale. This brass telescope has recently been cleaned. Both lenses are polished to a fine sheen. Look through the telescope, an ocean of stars stretches out before you. The night sky is no stranger, but you seldom see it with such intimacy. A dizzy spell overtakes you. The stars blur out of their normal positions. When your focus returns, each of the celestial bodies cracks open, one by one, their light bleeding together. The stars converge to form a series of winking eyes. Greetings, pal. The words spell themselves out in the stars. Beneath the winking eyes, the crescent moon slowly widens and rotates into a grin. Whale? While you're looking around, trying not to think too hard about what's up here, some secrets are worth keeping. The largest of the eyes winks. You blink, and the night sky reasserts its normal configuration.
You look like you could use some fresh air.
Eloth blinks at you in concern. Okay, so there are 4. One, 2, 3, 4. So the huntress, donning her bandolier, the huntress set out from her village. She paused on a hill to survey the path ahead. The Leviathan. The huntress leapt from her boat in time to see it splintered in half as the Leviathan brought down its mighty tail. The Kingfisher. When fog thickened over the path, the huntress let out a piercing whistle and called for the Kingfisher, who hovered between her eyes and whispered of what lay ahead. And the Panther. Reaching for her quiver and finding it empty, the huntress cast her bow to the ground and resolved to fight the Panther barehanded. So there's a puzzle here of some sort. I'm just not sure what that puzzle is. Not sure at all.
If you can.
Can you though? Alright. This is confusing, so... The control mechanism of this orrery is tarnished, though recently oiled. Some of the levers show signs of meddling. The plaque to the side bears the mark of a hand swiping to brush away dust. Read the plaque. Bakarna, if you're reading this, you've forgotten again. You blasted your mind to bits trying to describe Bakarna's clarity of thought. I'm sorry. Never doubt yourself. Your years of research were well spent, even if no one called you Archmage at the end of them, even if they laughed. I know you remember the legend of your favorite Juana constellation, the Huntress. When you need a little confidence, set the coordinates of the Huntress and the 3 stages of her tail into this orrery. You can do more with half a brain than most competent wizards, so get back to work. Set the coordinates of the Huntress and the 3 stages of her tail into this orrery. Love, Bakarna.
If I don't survive our adventures, promise me you'll burn all my books.
He's blushing. Examine the controls more closely. The levers adjust a series of numbered dials which correspond to the altitude and azimuth of celestial bodies. 4 sets of coordinates can be entered at once, which will spin the inner mechanism of the globe in a precise combination of turns. Alright, and if I manipulate the controls, you pull on the levers and enter random numbers in the coordinates. When nothing happens, gears spin in the machine and reset the numbers to 0. Whatever the mechanism is meant to do will only work with the right set of coordinates. Okay. Let's go ahead and do Maya's level first. Yeah, definitely want stealth here, and... we'll go survival. Alright, I have 2 I can use, so the first thing I'm taking is... this. Bonded Fury. The ranger calls out to the animal companion, inspiring a primal rage, then granting him several powerful inspirations. For whirling strikes, the ranger performs a violent swirl of deadly strikes, dealing full attacks to each enemy within range and applying raw damage over time. Requires a melee weapon. Twinned Shot. The ranger performs a ranged primary attack that shoots 2 projectiles at once. Afterward, the animal companion gains a large damage bonus on their next attack. Oh, the animal companion deals additional damage for a short time after being revived. Yeah. I think that will... Number of times power can be used. When a ranger or other animal companion are knocked out, the partner suffers the normal effects of bonded grief, but becomes filled with focused rage for a short duration. While affected, they gain the nimble and tenacious inspirations. Alright. Arquebus. Arbalest. Ooh, hits knock the target prone. That could be interesting. Sure, why not? Alright, look for the constellation of the Huntress. You spot the Huntress with ease, her bandolier of weapons standing out as a band of stars. Take down the constellation's coordinates. The Kingfisher, you'll note the position of the Kingfisher just above a particularly bright pairing of stars. Take down the coordinates. The Panther, spot the Panther near a crescent of stars meant to represent a fallen bow. And the Leviathan, it's positioned over a cluster of stars in the shape of a shattered canoe. Take down the constellation's coordinates. Leave. And is there any clue? For social bodies should be able to top of a research station, coordinates, the plaque and the aura controls the Huntress and 3 tails, stages of her tail, perhaps all 4 parts starting. Locate the Huntress in the night sky. Eventually, I've learned the coordinates of the Huntress, situated between a pair of especially bright stars. Learn the coordinates of the Panther and Leviathan. Alright. Coordinates of the Huntress. The last number since you hear the sound of dormant gears beginning to turn a low vibration. Oh. I just needed the coordinates. I don't have to put them in a certain order.
Watch and learn.
Ooh, a whale of a wand in Bekarna's research. Journal details the studies of the night sky. She built an observatory and crafted specialized instruments to research her theories that some arcane energies originate from incredibly remote sources, perhaps even the stars themselves. Her final entry reads, "The stars are either dead zones or my instruments lack refinement. Shouting over their energy signature is a constellation of soul essence moving through the Deadfire, enough to justifiably be called a river. Oddly, it seems to pick up speed where it veers off to the northeast, as if drawn into a whirlpool. What is this region hiding that can exert such a tug on reincarnation itself? Bekarna, you are in way over your head." A whale of a wand. Superb quality. 10 penetration. Wow. Hits with this weapon have 5% chance to cast Form of the Helpless Beast on their target. Oh no. It's that damn bow from last game. Oh, but this just turns him into a pig. The last one turned him into a random creature. Spell hits have a 5% chance to charm targets. Ooh. Responsibility for the great histories of Rautai falls to the most trusted enchanters of the Lore College. This Scrimshaw wand was the personal implement of the venerable chanter Skald, Kaliwi the Storyteller. As a wandering lore keeper, Kaliwi traveled the islands of the kingdom, spreading tales of great heroes. Kaliwi used this wand not only as a tool of defense from the ever-present dangers of the Deadfire, but to enhance her stories with vivid imagery, colors, and sounds, a technique she called weaving. She was especially fond of weaving her stories for children. To Kaliwi, the mind of a child was eager to believe in the unbelievable and find comfort in the fantastical. The greatest stories, after all, need not have necessarily happened to be true. A bit of illusory magic persists in the wand. When held, it whispers of tall tales, dazzling deeds, and the altogether extraordinary. Interesting. And my chat has completely lost all of the entries and reset, because of course it has. Let me check over here. Okay, there's nobody has said anything. Have to minimize my game to check that one. It's pierce damage, but it's pretty nice. The Eye of Whale is crushing and slashing. Oh, that's why. 15 to 24. 9 to 16. Okay. 9 to 16. Range 8. Penetration 11. Range 8, penetration 10. But this has a chance to charm with every spell cast, and this is my spell caster. Oh yeah, I wanted to change my grimoires out too.
Suits me, eh?
Okay. Ooh. Console Hot's Crushing Doom. That is interesting. Alright, I think I'm done here. I don't need to be stealthy. Now that I have Bacarna's notes, Archimir's recommended I want to study her work. I can find Archimir at his manor in Pariki's Overlook. So I guess it's back to, Nekataka again, huh? Wonder what happened to Bacarna, because I didn't find a body. I just like sea shanties. I think that's all it is. Go back to Archimir's manor. Hello, Archimir.
If you require directions to Bacarna's observatory, look to your sextant.
Archimir gestures for you to speak freely. Bacarna? I found this old almanac in her orrery. Look familiar?
You did you? That does rather defeat the purpose of absolution.
Archimir tugs on his lower lip and scrutinizes you.
So be it. Follow me down to the scrying pool.
Okay. The scrying pool? I guess it's in the laboratories? Yes. Archimir's eyes are closed in deep concentration, his attention entirely focused on the glowing pool in front of it. Archimir gestures down at the scrying pool. You peer into the waters. Dark silhouettes sit arrayed in a circle, and the surface of the pool ripples in tune with muted voices carrying from below. Knock on the surface of the water? All of the seated figures turn to you at once, their faces obscured by hoods. One of them makes an impatient beckoning gesture. Dip your face in the water. No sooner does your skin break the surface tension than you feel a breeze of warm air. You are peering into a stone chamber ringed with braziers and tapestries, as you would an open window. Robed men and women clutch the armrests of their thrones. Water drips down your chin. The other Archmagi seem, for the moment, unfazed by your presence. An Amawa folds her arms and stares down another woman who keeps her fists balled at her sides. Ooze drips from the sleeves of the Amawa's robes and pools at the floor. You mistake the matter, Kalikoth. My curiosity and perusal are not endorsements of her research. Mara nods with an air of boredom. Bekarna won't suddenly be vindicated by the likes of us simply having read her work. Something green and twisted wriggles under the table. Kalikoth points down with a flash of light, incinerates it on the spot, filling the room with the stench of overcooked snails. A suppressed chuckle carries over the silence that follows. You're a slippery fiend, Mara. Some of us refuses to taint our reason with the half-wit conclusions of circle rejects. And keep the slugs to yourself. Kalikoth grits her teeth. Say nothing. That will be enough out of you two. Arkhamir looms over your shoulder and addresses the rest of the room. Mara, your pets can wait outside. Arkhamir waits patiently as Mara makes a shooing gesture. A wet, slurping sound echoes in the hall, and something dark and large makes its way toward an exit. If we're ready to speak rationally, our patience is about to be rewarded. He strokes his beard and sighs, inviting you to speak. I bid greetings to the circle. Tane winks across at you. Ah, an echo of manners for a change. Arkhamir, you've had eyes on the Deadfire for some time. Is this gathering necessary? Lingrath coughs into her palm, producing a cloud of smoke that blurs the air around her. Did you not ask me the same question last week? Arkhamir grimaces across the table. That was an acolyte of Lingrath. The real one sits before you at present, but one is as good as another, she smiles, shrugging. Ninigoth massages his brow with both hands. This posturing is without value or reason. Get on with it, old man. He gestures to Arkhamir. I was about to do exactly that. The Archmage nods and clears his throat, elbowing you out of the way so that his face commands the scrying pool. Bekarna was no Archmage, but we all agree that she was on the cusp of a breakthrough before her unfortunate disappearance. Arkhamir takes a book from you and licks his fingers as he begins to turn pages. Why did you never officially recognize her? Her studies had no merit. They yielded nothing of interest or relevance. Until today, Arkhamir raises an eyebrow. Be that as it may, someone did not wish for this breakthrough to occur. For that alone, we have good reason to seek knowledge of her amateurish, if enthusiastic, research. Arkhamir's eyebrows form a steep triangle as he arrives at a page of mathematical figures and coordinates. She discovered a river of soul essence flowing through the Deadfire. The Archmages exchange furtive glances. Lingrath tilts her head to the side in every way unperturbed. Lingrath clears her throat. We arrived at that conclusion long ago. Try and keep up. And yet she traced the path of the river while we only speculated on its existence. Arkhamir pulls on his beard and squints down at the almanac. Where does it go? Arkhamir sets the book aside and pulls out a vellum map of the Deadfire. He traces his finger from the shallows of the great reef northward. Where it goes is not my immediate concern. I am occupied by who presently follows it. The path of Aethys is winding, but unerringly intentional. His finger begins to stray east. He pauses on open ocean, his brow furrowed. Could that be? Tane leans forward, trailing off as he cranes his neck for a glance at the parchment. Suddenly all of the attention shifts back to you. I think we've taken more than our share of the Watcher's time. Unless there are any final questions, unblinking, Arkemir lifts his brow and waits, your dismissal hovering on his tongue. Why was Consul Hot so interested in this? Are you keeping secrets from us, old man? This is the first I'm hearing of it. Minoletta rests her chin on her fist and fixes Arkemir with a severe glare. It wasn't of immediate importance. Besides, Consul Hot has been dispatched yet again, esteemed mistress of missiles. Arkemir favors Minoletta with a stiff bow. Your flattery has gone stale. To address the Watcher, I imagine the Consul Hot wished to sustain his wicked existence on a font of essence. But you kindly put a stop to that. Minoletta nods, favoring you with a smile that she denied Arkemir. You're holding something back. What is it? Arkemir takes in the other members of the circle. Their responses are myriad. Some shake their heads, others shrug, and others still lean back in their chairs and wait to see how it plays out. Better that I remain silent on that matter. If we wish to invite you into our confidence, you would surely know of it. Wait, I don't get to hear the rest? You are a member of the circle? I hope you don't think we would divulge our secrets to a mere mercenary. Arkemir's gaze hardens, and a self-congratulatory smile cleaves his face. You are not entitled to everything I own, burglar. I'm not a mage. Why would I want to join the circle? But I'll ask anyway. You would ask this after robbing my manor, showing you the decency to spare your life? Arkemir turns to you, his expression pale and affronted. Around the table of arched magi, someone chokes on a sip of wine. Absolutely not. Will there be anything further? Arkemir waves his hand, the matter closed. Nothing further, Archmagi. Here, baubles for your service. Not that you deserve them. Consider your debt repaid with interest. Arkemir rubs the back of the circle and pointedly ignores you. Turns back to the circle. Gained an item, Arkemir's Illuminating Discoveries. Okay.
Watch and learn.
Interesting. Arkemir's Illuminating Discoveries. Ninigolth's Teachings. Ninigolth's Death Ray, Shadow Flame. I do like that spell. Minor Bitter Mooring, Freezing Pillar, Killing Bolt. So yeah, see, there's nothing here that I didn't see or have before. What about this? Arkemir's Illuminating Discoveries. Dazzling Light. Raingrim, Lingrath. Arkemir's Wondrous Torment, which I've already got. Arkemir's Brilliant Departure. Relocate to target a location, become invisible for a short time. Those near the origin are confused briefly by the spectacle. Arkemir's Capricious Hex. Yeah, there's nothing there that I want. Interesting. Very, very interesting.
Yes? Indeed.
Eh? Alright, well, let me double check and make sure that I have completed that quest. Yes, I have. Waits in fire. Veen. Reckless. Past the Kuaorikuhu Island chain. Bounty for Kuaru. Kuaro. Around the Kuaorikuhu. Done that. Fruitful Alliance. Oreo Kawiki. Okay, that's what Oreo Kawiki, or what's around Oreo Kawiki. Of like minds. Captain Furante. Radulf. Nebraska Citadel. Okay. What the hell? Let's go turn that in. I'm in Nekataka. Might as well take care of this. Before I leave town here, I need to rest as well. Get rid of some injury. And hopefully this curse. Best deals at the dark cupboard. Master gets angry if I don't say that. Crap. Brass Citadel. Wakayo. Fleet Master Wakayo. Fleet Master's office. It's got to be that. Wakayo. Fleet Master Wakoyo.
This calls for a subtle touch.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
My favorite privateer. Clear skies.
Wakoyo crosses his arms over his chest. I dealt with Radulf.
Then let us content ourselves that some small corner of the archipelago is safe from Valian excess.
He passes you a heavy pouch and smiles.
Our work is unfinished, privateer. Are you ready to hunt anew?
Sure.
Captain, your final target is Burunga, a Hawana captain of many seasons. She is known for bending nature to her will and pursuing her foes with relentless fury.
Okay.
Burunga commands the Dao Puger's Tooth, which braves the turbulent waters of the Afachina Channel, far to the northeast of Nekataka.
Wakoyo squints toward the horizon, nodding to himself. Farewell. Okay. Were any of these other bounties collectible from within Nekataka? I wonder. Bean, Kuaro, Onadir the Siren. The Sacred Stair, okay, to Okaro in the Sacred Stair District. To Okaro in the Sacred Stair District. Okaro. Not sure exactly where this guy is, but I shall track him down. Okaro.
Ishi, down. Adair, what are you hiding in your pack?
Huh. Didn't think Ishi knew how to smoke.
So scary.
Okaro. Hmm. Maybe it's in this. I don't think it's in the spire. I'm thinking it's either up top here or maybe down in the Temple of God. Oh, Kaoro.
Supplies! Get your supplies here!
Ah, there's Okauro.
Hunter, do you come to serve your coin bond?
Okauro folds her arms and studies you. Give Onodere's head. Sailors can rest easy. For now.
Your coin bond has muffled a killing song. Excellent work.
She clasps your hand in hers as she passes you a pouch.
We are not finished. Your bond is needed again, and if your purse has room, we may help each other.
She raises her brow and waits. What bounties do you have available?
Ikorno, a wizard of great cunning, slays Mataru warriors in single combat. Some accuse him of being an agent of Rawatai. They have forged a coin bond to see him killed.
A pair of coins sits on her palm. When she passes her other hand over them, only one remains.
A waste of money. If he was one of our agents, he wouldn't have gotten caught.
Takehu raises his finger to speak up, but slowly lowers it.
It is not for us to say what is right or true, only to keep our vows. Ikorno pages through his grimoire in the central aisles of the Kua Orakuhu chain.
Okay, Kua Orakuhu.
Speak freely, I say. I am a paladin of the Gold Pact Order. Since taking my oath, I have never been absent of work and duty for longer than an afternoon.
She stands rigid and raises a fist over her heart, but something in her manner softens.
I also enjoy knitting on occasion.
Interesting. Alright. That I keep hitting. I'm opening everything but what I want to look at. Of like minds, Captain Furante, Ikorno. Yeah, that's Kuorikuhu. West Wakara Reef. The islands far to the southwest of Nikitaka. A sorcerer and a gentleman. See, when I hit level 17, I'm gonna do this. The Harbinger's Watch. I have been invited. Celebrating. Travel to Harbinger's Watch, a group's outpost at the Dead Flow, an expanding iceberg in the southern seas. So I suppose all that's really left is to get back out there and continue the hunt. Double time it, people. Let's go, let's go. Move it, move it, move it. Come upon a busy city square. The cool waters of Nikitaka's town wells serve poor and rich alike, yet those who gather at them share certain unmistakable features. Tired Amawa visages, yokes borne across labored backs, and tattered Roparu rags. Whether for themselves or for their masters, each waits in a long line to claim a bucket full of fresh water. Speak with the locals. The Roparu, long accustomed to ignoring their superiors, pay you little mind, only belatedly realizing that you address them. One of them, an older woman, blinks dark eyes at you. Akira, it is Dino Thunderlum. I'm always hearing stories of you. It is said you are a decent person. Oh, it is said you are a decent person, a younger man chimes in. Not like so many of these foreign sort. A child reaches for your hand. With a growing cascade of murmurs, the crowd unravels between you and the now bubbling wellhead. A black liquid splatters from between the stones of the well, and someone in the crowd screams. A muckman from the Raparu caste steps forward. His boots seem more slosh than leather, but his plunger's so long he'd fit in with any formation of pikemen. He raises a hand to the curdling crowd. Be at ease, Akira. For what do you flee? I always am cleaning these. He blinks as the undulating formlessness of an ooze bubbles up from the well. He takes a step back, shaking. Go, I'll take care of this. The Amawa drops his plunger and bolts ungainly on shoddy boots. You turn to see a second thick ooze burst out of the well, shredding the well's yolk and scattering the pit stones. Freeze ability. Cast a spell to freeze the oozes. Takehu's magic wreathes the beastly mire and snap freezes it. A moment later, the icy totem falls and shatters across the yard. You look to congratulate Takehu, but the crowd screams again. You turn to see small balls of ooze escaping the well and plopping onto the ground. They sluggishly roll side to side, getting whatever bearing an eyeless monster might need. Do that thing again, Akira, Ahwana yells, with the whoosh and the ice. There's far too many for one spell to take care of. Draw your weapons and attack. I do not want them coming to me, because I want to distract the thing and have them run away.
Quit.
You. Attack. You. Rush in to there. I'll have you do that. You two are going to go after that one. You are going to wait just a moment and see what develops here. You. That's two of you assist. Okay. Go, Ishiza.
Your bones will feed the land.
Still got it.
It will be so.
Pauper. Okay, well that has happened. I have done the thing. I can't seem to talk to anybody, so let's just continue on. Where was I headed? I think I was going back to my boat. You are traveling the streets of Nikitaka when you hear a familiar voice nearby. As you follow the winding streets of Neketaka, the usual city sounds of cartwheels against cobbles and shouting vendors fades, replaced by the cacophony of a heated argument on the verge of boiling over. One of the voices rings familiar. Eld Ingram from Junk. Approach the commotion. As you round the corner, you see Eld Ingram surrounded by a group of unfamiliar soldiers. From their dress, you don't believe they're locals. They shout at Eld Ingram, who returns the yelling with interest, though you can't make out the actual manner of the argument. One of the sailors shoves Eld Ingram against a wall, and the hand of another thug lingers dangerously near his weapon. Eld Ingram's eyes meet yours and widen. "Captain, thank the gods, I could use a hand here." "Captain," the unfamiliar sailor scowls as he looks you over. "You should teach your sailors better manners. This sodden fool got sick all over our boots." Her compatriots nod, searching you. "I'm sorry about my mate's behavior, but I can't let you make them unfit to serve. I don't suppose an apology would suffice?" A perfectly reasonable way to resolve matters. Aloth looks brightly between the aggrieved parties. The sailors look to one another, and one nods. She looks to Eld Ingram. "Let's hear it." Eld Ingram gives you a sad glance, then looks back to the woman. "Sorry, ma'am." "What was that?" The other sailors snicker. "Sorry, ma'am." The woman salutes you, then turns on her heels. The sailors walk away. Morale gained 5. Nice. Eld Ingram approaches you, grinning openly. "Thanks, Captain. You truly saved me just now." "Cause me trouble again and it'll be me you're cringing from. Get out of my sight. Holy crap. Be more careful. Next time I might not be there to save you." "Yes, Captain." Eld Ingram heads off towards the ship, whistling along the way. "Oh, you lucky bilge rat." I think I'm going to stop off in Queen's Berth. Bardato Estate, Valera. The Wild Mare, I believe, is an inn, so I'm going to see about getting a room to get rid of some injuries. God, I wish this thing would stop turning off. So very stupid. Are you going to reload? There you go. There you go. All right,
Now,
Jintel.
what can I do for you? You see anything you like? You let me...
Oh, I want a room. Yeah, there we go. 3 dexterity, 30% chance to reflect against spells. I'll pay that. That's not bad. Injuries taken care of. We all have the resting bonus.
What say?
Let's get the funk out of here. Please take me back home to Mississippi. Peddler's Canal. I think it might be marginally faster to go up this way. Maybe. Maybe. Aveta. Madam. All right. By sea. Before I go anywhere, though, I want to look and see how many more days my one man is going to have his arm broken for. Here. Injured for 13 days? That's not going... What do I have to do? Botswan. Cannoneer, cook. I'm not sure what the job of boatswain does. Like, what is it? What is he in charge of? Expert cook. I'm going to put you on a cannon just so that you're not... I guess I have to let him rest, is that... Doesn't really tell me. I wonder if the ship will suffer in some way if I don't have him there. But he needs to start resting. Broken bone, 10 days. Alright, let me save it here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and call it there for the night. It is 12:09. That is 9 minutes after midnight, Central Standard Time. I would like to take just a minute to thank Drew and... Is their name still in chat? Ishi, I think it was. No, their name is not still in chat. But I would like to take a minute to thank those two for coming in. I appreciate it. I always appreciate it. Blah, 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 blah. My tongue, it is tripping over my teeth and trying to fall out of my mouth. I always appreciate having somebody stop by for a conversation while I'm playing these games. I hope for... Yeah, I am tired and completely losing my rhythm here on my outro. I'm going to wish everybody a very happy sleepy time this evening, and I hope everybody has a fantastic day tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow night to step back into our Assassin's Creed Odyssey gameplay tomorrow. So, if anyone is interested in that, that will be tomorrow night. But for now,